Okay. Hopefully we're now live. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And the live is now kicking off as it should do, right? Which is good. Yep. Good. Good stuff. So, um, yeah, welcome to the live sneaker shopping therapy. It's good to be live at last. Been on this for a while, I guess. And wanted to host live for people who are creators, really, just to speak about the channel, give them a chance to come on board and their channel if they to be, and if they don't, then it is what it is, bro. I'm happy with that, but just thought I'd put it out there, you know. So we've got 3 on the live so far. Hi to you. You don't have to talk. You don't have to log in or anything like that. That's cool. If you don't want to, or if you want to say hi, feel free to say hi. And we'll try and get you on board a bit later to speak a bit about who you are and what you do, because I find it quite interesting, right? Just the fact that YouTube is here as a platform for a lot of people, and regardless of who you are and what you do in life, social media has been around for a while. So you could be a person who does the social media for an organization, a company, and that's your job. You could be someone who does social media like me, YouTube to discuss sneakers, or you could be someone who's just into doing music reviews, or someone who just watches YouTube. There's a lot of people who are just watchers, which is great for us as creators. And respect to you, man. Respect to all the guys who just watch YouTube, the viewers, the viewership, right? Because that's what engagement's about to any degree. And it doesn't matter whether you've got one person, 2 people on your chat, or 2 or 3 people who watch a video. It doesn't matter. It's all about engaging with those who are there. I guess it's a bit harder. I guess my YouTube journey to a degree has been a lot harder, starting from scratch to do what I wanted to do. Whereas a lot of organizations, they're very lucky. They already have a client base to a degree when social media came around. Yeah. So it wasn't a starting from scratch. You've already got a captive audience to a degree, and it's just letting them know where you're at and just being consistent about putting out content at that point for them to come and view and kind of understand what you're trying to achieve and what your goals are and how you're going to serve them as you see them as customers. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about a couple of other things as well, that I've been kind of debating about what I want my channel to be about. It's about my life and what I like and stuff like that. So anything and anything goes. You know what I mean? Recently, I've been watching a bit of Netflix, right? And I think it's on Netflix. It could be Amazon Prime to a degree. And I've been kind of looking at, I'm a sci-fi head as movies go, from Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it, I've watched it, sci-fi wise. So I've always been a big sci-fi fan. And I kind of got into watching, I think it's Star Trek. It's not Next Generation because that's dope. The original Star Trek, Next Generation, both dope shows, right? But there's a new one which came out, which is, I believe, a new Star Trek, and it's just absolute trash. Yeah. It's not a great show. I think sort of like it has to be understood. I watched probably about 7 episodes of this Star Trek, and it's got a female lead in it, which is cool. I got no problem with female leads, male leads, as long as it's a good, entertaining story. I'm afraid this isn't it. I think sort of like, hey, Mike G, what's up, broy? I can see you just in the chat, bro. Salute to you, man. Um, button, guys. Yeah, man, I was just kind of getting into kind of my understanding of, sci-fi to a degree, because I've been watching a lot and watching this new Star Trek thing that's on, and I'm not impressed, man. I'm not impressed. I watched 7 episodes of this thing, and the lead in it called Michael. She's turns out to. I won't try and spoil everything in it for you, but it does hark back to the original Star Trek stuff in the show. And I have to be quite honest. I watched it, and it was 7 episodes of the lead, who's supposed to be part Vulcan, crying. She cried for at least, man. I think so. Like all episodes I watched, there were at least tears and tears and tears, and a storyline that doesn't make you. It's like they're trying to force you with some poor storylines, and I think sort of like YouTube's the same. So that's what I was trying to talk about. How YouTube, in a sense, how some people have used storylines in their YouTube career to advance themselves, or we use storylines talking about us and what we're doing around the shoe game and how we're trying to advance our careers within YouTube and social media as a whole, and how that relates to this particular show and how it can be done poorly, because the viewing figures themselves, it's a captive audience you've got when you're dealing with sci-fi and franchises such as Star Trek and such as Star Wars. You already have a captive audience from the previous films or the previous episodes that are released, so you kind of got people there wanting to engage with you at the beginning, and it's pure bad storylines, pure bad direction that leads them to no longer want to be engaged with that. And after watching Seth's Discovery, which is Star Trek Discovery, I was left thoroughly disappointed as a fan of sci-fi, because I generally don't want to see someone who's supposed to that's on Vulcan, which is a planet of less emotions than I don't know, my mum, when I've told her I've broke a plate or something, that they end up spending most of the time crying, and there's like a lot of emotion, and it's like forced emotion thing, which is quite strange. And it's the same with YouTube. You can't force people to come and like what you're doing. You can just do what you do the best you can, and if you're not doing it well, you won't see the levels of engagement you hope for, because there's such abundance of creators out there, especially in the sneaker YouTube stuff and generally YouTube stuff that I mean a lot of us do. So what do? Well, you just do you at that point, right? And you try and be as authentic to your true self as you can, and then that will lead to growth in my eyes. It's about being authentic, because a lot of the storylines, a lot of the forced stuff that we see, especially in this Star Trek Discovery, just doesn't bode well for the show. It's not that it's overly shot bad. The quality isn't bad. It's well shot. The directions and the cuts look great. The overall aesthetic of the Star Trek feel is great, but it's down to bad storytelling, and that can be kind of what makes YouTube either work or doesn't work. Are people interested in your story? I was on the creators forum today, the YouTube one, and I was interested in a video because one popped up. It was an interesting video because it was talking about length of video. Does that really matter in the YouTube sense? Does the length of video really matter to the YouTube algorithm? And this is coming straight from YouTube on how the algorithm works. And it's not something to do with the length of the video. That has no bearing on YouTube's algorithm any longer. They refined it. They saw a lot of creators making those videos which are over 10 minutes, which they realized were getting better engagement, or at least trick the algorithm to a degree. And they've refined it to mainly look at different aspects of the algorithm itself. And it's about engagement time. So if I made a 2-minute video and someone watched 80%, I'd be better off, right? If the viewership was 80%, 90% of the video, to then making a 10 to 12-minute video, which doesn't see people watch to the end. So they leave at, say, 6 minutes, or they leave at 5 minutes or 2 minutes. So it's about when that video ages off. So there's that drop off. And I think that's key as a creator to try and understand how YouTube are refining their metrics, because it means I can then go back to making my short 5-minute reviews on videos to a degree. If the content requires 10 to 15 20 minutes or what have you, then I can go back to that and go off and create 10 to 15 minute videos. But there's no real essence in me trying to force it. I've seen creators forcing content which isn't great just to have content, and we have to begin to change that. Alicia, salute, man. Nice to see you, man. Really nice to see you. And definitely going to open up this a bit later. So if you're in the chat, just realize that I will be the chat to other creators and anyone who wants to get in, man. I'll be dropping a link in the chat so everyone can get in and have their say, because I think it's quite an interesting subject about creators and how they operate in this space, or how they're going to change in this space, and realize that you don't have to make long drawn out storytelling videos, adding in, or I call it padding out, right? To a degree, I call it padding out, because when we make videos as creators, especially what I do around Sneaker YouTube, I will go out, I'll probably shoot, you know, a ton of bitches, you know, me walking around picking up a shoe, maybe a shoe I don't like, just to show it and just to show me going where I'm going or what have you. Whereas before, I'd just get the shoe, sit at home, unbox it, videos done. They were quick 5-minute videos, quite kind of length in a video. So kind of make it as concise as possible. And that's the real thing we've got to do as creators, right? Try and make that storytelling as concise as possible. And that is the main key to being a good YouTuber. Just being yourself, not trying to be someone else, not trying to do what everyone else is doing. Do what you want to do on YouTube if you're going to be in that creative space. Because that is key to evolving as a creator, beginning to grow as a creator, and begin to get better as a creator. And that's what I guess you learn with time, kind of refine videos. Then you're trying to do that. This is new to me. I'm going to say this is the new side, which is the going live and sharing my experiences. That's the new bit for me. So I can always experience with other creators and other channels and being on their live. I think the live just dropped out. And yeah, I think that's really what we can begin to do. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to link in the chat if I can, just so it's there. And everyone who falls in maybe a bit later, who's watching on Facebook or YouTube or one of the other platforms I've posted on, they can jump in if they want, if you can see it. And yeah, I mean, because I think let me just see if I can paste that in. Okay. There we go. So we got the link in the chat to StreamYard. I don't know if anyone wants to jump in, but it's there, and I'll be posting it again just in case anyone does feel like jumping on. I just think it's quite entertaining as creators as we begin to go. And I've been watching another show in the same vein that I'm quite disappointed in, which is Star Trek Picard, which is the episode 1, which is just launched, which is in a sci-fi vein again, and it is about having that captive audience, and it just shows that they can get it wrong twice. right? Because we've had the Star Trek Discovery, which wasn't a great show to a degree, and there's a captive audience for it. And we've got Star Trek Picard, which is another show, and we kind of, let me just make sure, is everything working? Hopefully my mic's okay. I think my mic's okay. It should be coming through okay, but just to check. But there's Star Trek Picard, which is a show in with Sir Patrick Stewart, I believe, which is, you know, generally he was in Star Trek Next Generation, did acting with the Star Trek at the time, the Voyager, and did absolutely amazing, right? Loved the show, absolutely loved it when I was watching it. The only thing which I felt was wrong with this is in the show. So again, he can't really lead the stunts or what have you and what have you. So he looks very like weak in the show as he walks around. And he's at 8 years old, so that's kind of what we expect of someone at that age. But from seeing him as such a strong character in the beginning to what he is now, we kind of lose the understanding of who he is as a man, because there's no storytelling of that to a degree, at least in the first episode. He's become quite frail, we can see that. He's become quite aged, we can see that. But the show itself, again, you know what I mean? It's forcing emotions to like characters upon us. And that's the storytelling, the writing, which is trying to do that, right? It's trying to force us to like these people. And I don't like that in a storytelling. I watch a movie, you know, and it annoys the hell out of my missus, because I will sit there and she will be watching a film. Especially, we was watching a film the other day, and Netflix. We were just Netflix and chilling. No, I kind of begin to work out the storyline quite quickly, and understand the storyline quickly. You know, that's what I like to do. I can't just sit and watch a movie, break it down and understand it and break it. Annoys the hell out of her, because I'll start talking and then, oh, this is what I think's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And it's like, because I'm really engrossed. Yeah, you know I mean, when I lose myself, it has to be something I can lose myself in and break apart and try and work out. I'll probably work it out within 15-20 minutes of the movie, because I think they just tell you too much too early. Yeah, they show you a bit too much too early when it comes to a lot of the storytelling that's done in Hollywood. I think they don't, as a person who's interested in movies, who's watched a lot of movies, who's watched a lot of storytelling, just to begin to piece it together you a bit too much. They show you gonna happen here, or you get too many glimpses of the story to not lose yourself. I think for me, one of the greatest movies for me that I've ever watched was Unusual Suspects, which is a movie, amazing film, storytelling. I, like most people, didn't see it coming, and I was totally amazed by the ending of that movie. And it's still one of the greatest movies that I've ever watched. It's still up there. You know, I know you've got the Godfathers to me, which are fantastic. You've got the other Tarantino movies and stuff like that. But I just think it's one of the best that I've ever seen. I think that to me is about real good storytelling. Trauma again, salute, man. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. I'm just talking about YouTube and what's going on YouTube, and not in a bad way. As I said, I started out talking about yeah, it is an awful. I agree, Alicia. It is a really, really cool movie. Yeah, Troll. Just talking about storytelling and some of the changes YouTube have made. So I'll just do a recap for you guys about how they were talking about algorithm on the creators page. I don't know how many in here are reaching out or checking out that page, but I think it's a really good page for creators to go and check out, because it's one of those pages that kind of makes you understand the changes YouTube are doing. I've been checking out for quite some time, doing some of the exams they like to, or tests they like to run on there, because I think it's quite interesting to go and do. But again, yeah, I mean, it's like making a movie or making a story can be as long as short as you like. You don't have to pad it out. You don't have to give it some flavor. But back to Unusual Suspects in the West End. It's the creators, Trollmageddon. It's creators YouTube channel, I believe. So it's where they kind of talk about what's happening around. So when a lot of the changes were made to the COPA stuff, a lot of it came through there. So the videos that you're seeing came from the creator side of YouTube, which were being posted when they were trying to explain what was going on. I'm sure most of us, or at least anyone who's going to watch this as a creator, kind of understand stuff, how they explained it there and released the videos. They talk about the changes to studio itself, and that's another thing. And this is what I was saying about when companies can get it wrong, including YouTube, right? Because they made some, let's say they call it studio now, but the old version that a lot of us use is much better, much quicker, and much faster to use than the new studio, which they're trying to launch. And they're trying to launch it. They're releasing it in parts and drips and drabs, and you can still go back to the old version to do what you really need to do in there. But it's the Creative Studio now is just trash. Ah, okay. I'm not too sure why that is. Let me see if it's just an issue with my. Maybe it's just bandwidth being chewed up. I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's a bandwidth issue or it's just my mic volume. But the mic should be kind of clean, I believe. So I'm getting some dropouts on the. Okay, I think that's because it keeps dropping out. Yeah, I can kind of see it drop out on Streamlabs. So I think it's all like it may be a slight bandwidth issue there. Because I'm upstairs doing this rather than downstairs where I normally am. Yeah, so talking about storytelling on YouTube, we have to be better storytellers. And that really drives engagement, telling our story. And Trollmageddon is definitely a good example. See, I've just seen it drop out and it just popped. It's definitely a good example of a good storyteller. Someone who tells a great story, right? Because his original video which dropped was a great story to watch. And that's how we begin to see maybe a change in how we deliver our content. Because anyone who's seen it has to sit back and think, how can I do better? Right? That's the truth about why it's so good to engage with other creators and other people around in YouTube. It's about watching content and thinking, well, I don't want to do the same as someone, but it should drive me to make better my own content better, be able to tell my story better, be able to deliver my content better, because that's the key to any good YouTube creator. We're not trying to, in the rap game, they call it bite, I guess. We're not trying to bite from other creators. We should learn though, and try and deliver better. We haven't all got the mad skills as we start out. My first video was absolutely terrible when it came to sneakers. It was one that, yeah, I look at it now and think, wow, I can go back to some of my really old ones and see that progression. You know, because I've been probably dropping a video a week on that side for about a year. I'd say a year, maybe two almost. And I can definitely see the progression and technique change, how to edit change, the tighter chops and how that works. And that comes from watching other people's content and other creators and learning from that stuff I want to add, do you know what I mean, to my particular content. I may not be able to do it now, but I can look to do it later on down in the line. I have to agree, man. It would be absolutely dope if everyone was making mini movies, right? And that's the key to it. Yeah, I mean, I think we should. I think as content creators, if we really want to progress to a degree, to take that next level up, is that mini movie kind of style. Not everyone's going to be able to do it. Not everyone's going to want to do it. But I think I made a mini movie. It was trash. I don't care. It's like a B movie to me, and I've got no problem with that. But it was completely yours. Yeah, mine was completely, yeah, fictional, and that's it. I think that's what we should be doing, stretching our understanding of what we want to do and what we want to deliver. Um, in a way that we can. You may not have all the tools and all the necessary stuff. It's on my YouTube somewhere. I think I called it something about Area 51 at the time. It is on my YouTube, which I've done, and it's really kind of it's kind of really, to me, it arcs back to an old. It reminds me a lot of the old school B movies I watched as a kid. And that's what I was going for, and I'm happy with that. It's not going to be the best movie in the world. It's not going to be a Hollywood smash, but to me, I think it's Escape from to Area 51 or something like that. I called it. But that the premise of that particular project was, we had a lot of the stuff around Area 51 happening. As I said, I'm a sci-fi geek, so as much as a sneakerhead, I'm a sci-fi geek. It's just how it is, right? And I was looking at Area 51 and a lot of the Raiding 51 stuff. And my premise on the video is, what would actually happen if they managed to break into Area 51 and found something that they didn't want to find? And they released something they didn't want to release in that way. And it was just a movie, a premise around that. And it was just made me on my own, and shots I'd probably used before, and how I could make that into a movie structure that was not I wanted it to be around a short 10-minute movie. I think that was my idea, that if I could do it and I could shoot it where I am on this location, where I am, just using what I've got, how could I make it work and tell that story? For me, it came up perfectly as I wanted it, to a degree. I think I could have added some other bits, some sound effects, and I think that's what high quality and post production does. Where I couldn't really do a lot of post production, so it was all shot on my phone, and it was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Doesn't have to be, as a lot of people see. We look at, is it Blair Witch Project and films like that, which were literally shot on iPhones. People think they need amazing movie cameras and 4K this and whatever and whatever. Well, that's not necessarily true. To begin doing what you do, just go and film it, and then refine it later on. You may be able to tell that story in a different way once you get to a certain level or a certain degree. A different creation within you. That's just how it works. YouTube isn't a 5 minute. It should be a learning process. A lot of companies who have huge customer bases in the millions, and they're making billions of pounds. Just think about how I've been onto some company websites and they've got, say, 10,000 customers, right? And our videos are getting more views than theirs, but they've got 10,000 customers. So that means they don't. Exactly. Lighting and composition is key. I think that comes from me being a photographer in my heyday, where that kind of is what I like. It's like how I frame it and how I shoot it and how I try and get the shot I want at the end of the day, because that is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get the shot I want. And it becomes about art direction. Well, not to sound too snobby or anything like that. That's not really my style, but just for what I wanted. And it has to be about, at the end of the day, when you make something, if you're truly satisfied in it, it's ready. It may be not ready when you're better at your art or your skill, on YouTube or whatever you're doing, but it will be better. And that's it. It's about perfecting. Don't want instant success now. That's not achievable by anybody. I think there's a falsehood, isn't there, on YouTube that, oh, if I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and tomorrow I'm gonna have 1 million subscribers and be earning, mad amounts of money like a KSI. That's not gonna happen. Even KSI started out when they started out small and had to grind and make content and make some of the clownish content I've ever seen. But it is what their core following liked. They made content they liked, which their core following liked, and they kept doing it. And that's the key. Just keep making your content. I started out and I took some advice from a lot of people in YouTube communities earlier on. And one of the biggest things they said to me is at least get back to doing at least one a week, just one video a week, as a minimum, on some sort of release schedule. So every 7 days, I tried to do that, and that made me a bit more consistent. And that's when I began to see progress, because you're practicing your art at least a minimum of once a week. I was still shooting stuff almost every day, wherever I walked, and how would I use it? Is it footage I can use? It may not get used now, but it may get used later on. And that's the key. You've just got to keep perfecting it as a YouTuber. Don't be held back by your small viewing figures. I get roughly about, and that's the truth, right? We look at every YouTube channel out there. And these are the really big ones. And this is what you need to look at. Some of the very biggest YouTube channels have millions of subscribers, but they get 24K video. Maybe they get 600K per video if they're very, very lucky. Maybe 100K per video. Yo, what's up, Amp? How you doing, man? Big up your chest. It's my cousin in there. Amp Studios, definitely check them out. Definitely check out Trollmageddon as well, and the rest of everybody in there. Definitely hit them up. Just talking about YouTube, man. Mohammed, how you doing, buddy? You good? Good to see everyone falling through, man. As I said, it's a chance for everybody to come and talk about what they're doing as well. But I just wanted to start off by kind of discussing about being a creator, changes at YouTube, and how we should be trying to achieve better and not wanting instant success as creators. And it's all about taking your time, doing what you're doing, and trying to perfect your art. Yeah, because I think that's number one, the key to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. I did put a link in there if anyone wants to jump on and have a chat about their channel. Cuz, you're more than welcome to jump on, man, and discuss your channel. I do watch it myself, so if you want to jump on, use the link. It is all okay. It is StreamYards, and what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to jump in and have a chat on my channel with me, which I think is quite cool. So feel free at stage, and then I'll put you into the chat with me if you want to come and tell me a bit. You're on your phone. I think you can do it from your phone as well. So you're okay. But it's there if you want it. I just think that as a creator, that's one of the things we can do. I think sort of like if we have the technology, let's go and use it wisely. Yeah. I just think that, yeah, I mean, I've invited kind of different people, and it's about taking the opportunities when there as well. Because I've been given a lot of opportunities to go and be on other people's channel and meet some really interesting people, such as Trollmageddon, etc., who's in the chat, Alice, and a lot of people who I've been on their channels. Herbs Too Fresh, been on his channel loads. Been on, yeah, I mean, there's so many creators who, the Mob Network, been on there. Absolutely dope guy. I rock with his content all the time. I think what he does is amazing. And then you've got people like. Why am I forgetting the Ultimate YouTube, my bro? Definitely a dope channel. Mr. Skinny, been on there, dope dude. And a lot of Americans are very much like that. Yeah, I mean, they're very inviting, very kind. especially in the creator space. And I think we have to do that ourselves as creators, which is getting that engagement and working together, because you build communities, and that's key in a creator space. Being able to build your community and build up what you want to do as a creator. Yeah, so I just think that's an interesting viewpoint. I mean, or at least my viewpoint on being a creator in this YouTube space. Because I started out in YouTube on my own. I didn't have a support network. I didn't really have people I could ask questions from, or I wasn't really involved with a lot of other YouTubers and seeing what they were doing and being out there. I just wanted to go off in my own way and make my own content. Yeah, man. Pimp's my boy. Yeah. Pimp's in London. So he's my homie, man. Yeah, he's a good. Why? What's going on, Tro? Pimp's my homie, brother. Yeah, he's my bro. He's bona fide. Like, yeah, all day. Yeah, yeah, he's a good dude. 100% a good dude. He lives in London and works out that way. I'll keep trying to link him, and every time we try and link, like I'm doing something or he's going back up north to see his family. But he's a top dude, man. Top dude. Yeah, definite bona fide all day. Yeah, you just don't want him to. Shout to the subscriber, man. Someone just hit me up with the sub. Respect for that. Yeah, I mean, enough respect, man. Anyone who's gonna sub up, I really do respect it. Definitely hit me up in the chat. I couldn't really see it on my Streamlabs because it's so quick. Fix that so it gets a bit bigger and displays your name. But let me know who definitely hit you back, because I think that's another thing about being a creator. Yeah, I mean, I get to watch your content and learn from it. I've learned from a lot of creators out there. Yo, Eric, bro, how you doing, homie? Good to see you. Good to see you. YouTube director. I don't know about that, but definitely a YouTube creator trying to do my thing from the UK. Definitely, yeah. I mean, just trying to represent. Yeah, I mean, us creators from the UK in the way I want to be represented and seen, or how we should be seen. I think there's different forms of creativity, especially in the UK and around the world, and that's the key. I think that the greatest thing they gave us on the internet was the opportunity to go and meet people from different walks of life. Amps in here. What are you saying, bro? Let me just add you to the stream. I think I can do that. Let me see if it added you, bro. Welcome. Oh, what happened? Hold on. There we go.
Yo, cuz. Go on.
Yo, what's happening, man?
You good?
Yeah, man. I'm all good, man. I'm always good. You know how it go. Let me just make sure I haven't got you on loudspeaker, bro. Hold on.
You just solved a big problem for me already, cuz.
What's that?
You just solved the big problem for me already.
Solved the big problem for me. What's that, homie?
Yeah, this. Because I want to do live interviews with my artists on my show. So this is it.
So you can thank the rest of the YouTube community. So they showed me and I showed you. Each one teach one, right?
Big up everybody out there on YouTube, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of the American YouTubers that I hang with and I've got to know, they've kind of shown me different ways to be able to do it, because obviously we were doing it via and we were doing it via YouTube, that kind of way. Once they lost Google, that, and users have those. So it's from them and their knowledge that I managed to go and grab it. About your
sound's going mad.
Oh, is it dropped you out?
Yeah, your sound's going mad. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Breaking up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, my YouTube channel now. I started off doing for my studio and for my artists, and I've not changed. I've elevated on it. So I was doing short movies and music alone, but now I do a music review. That's been taken off really well on Facebook. I find it a bit harder to get the traffic to YouTube, but things like this is helping me.
Well, this is it, and this is what I wanted to be able to do, because we had a conversation, I think, sort of like maybe about last year when stuff what I was thinking about and do it. This is one of the things I really wanted to do, especially as a creator myself, is to have conversations with people in the space who wanted to grow, to find ways and use tools to grow. And this is definitely one of the things that definitely work, especially if you're into music like you, and reviewing, because I've seen your stuff, so I know you do a lot of reviews on that side, and I really like what you do. So just keep going, man. Don't worry about the view counts and any of that stuff, and you know that will come in time.
Well, like I said, on the other platform that I'm using, the FB, I'm getting like 2,000 views a show. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But over here it's a bit slow. But all I'm doing is slowly but surely just trying to transfer traffic. You understand what I'm saying to you? Through all platforms. Do you understand what I mean? So it's slow.
It's sure. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I will show you something else you can do about how you get your stream to be broadcast on multi-platform. So you still keep your viewership on Facebook, because that's where they live. I say that's the old school way. A lot of the new school way is, I guess, IG for a lot of people. And then you've got YouTube for your YouTube viewership. So you can still broadcast to many platforms, right? You don't need to begin to, and this is about technology and how you use the technology that we have in the best way possible. Where if you've got a following like me, I've got an IG following, I've got a Twitter following, I've got a LinkedIn following, I've got multi platforms that I can utilize. I'm going to spread that across those. Yeah, we just lost. Hold on, Kazi. We just lost your audio. Yeah, I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear you on. Yeah, I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear you on. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to, if you back out for a sec and then jump back. This sometimes happens. This is technology for you. If you back out and then jump back in, I'll stick the link back in the chat. And what you can do is we'll get you to jump back on. I don't know why the audio is breaking up so bad, but it is, buddy. And the link's there for everybody. If you're a creator or you got a channel, feel free, I should say, to jump in, man, and come and chill with us. I think it's an interesting conversation. Well, while he just disconnects from, and then probably, if you want to swap to, if you're still able to see, definitely swap to a laptop or iPad. Sometimes the phone just flakes out. It depends on the signal. I mean, StreamYards is a bit weird sometimes. Or it could be just the fact that I just need to settle down my connection, because if I'm downstairs and I got it plugged in. I guess it's a bit better. But at the moment, we're streaming over my Wi-Fi from upstairs, I guess, in the sneaker room, which is behind me, just streaming to downstairs, which is the routers downstairs. So it does kind of get a bit dodgy, especially if I'm hosting, I guess. Maybe I need to do something about that. I don't know. Technology, right? I'm an IT guy. Maybe I should do something about that, especially as an IT guy, right? Which I know I can do. And it's just sad because I've got a lot of IT guys I want to speak to because they may have ways and methods to make stuff better for us as well as creators. You know, I think some of the times we do get stuck with the IT stuff. Like Amp said, sometimes it's about the knowledge of, yeah, I mean, being able to know that there are other things we can use out there, tools we can use out there. And that comes from hanging with different creators, yeah? Because no one's going to, you know, sometimes tell you how things done, or, yeah, I mean, you maybe not have that contact, or maybe you're just a bit too proud to ask. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, like, I'll probably run a connection from downstairs on a RJ45 cable, and route it to the box upstairs and route a box up it. Yeah, I mean, and just run it so we got a direct link, because sometimes that's a bit of an issue. I do have an extra, I guess, one of those devices, hotspot devices, which is running here. Sometimes I think I just run a hotspot on my phone. It'd just be a lot easier. I've got the power. I just don't choose to use it. I'm just lazy sometimes, Troll. I admit sometimes I'm just a bit lazy. But as I said, you know, like I said, Troll, for me, YouTube isn't a race. Yeah, I mean, I'm always the tortoise when it comes to it. For me, it's not about being the keeping up with China. How you doing, Han? How you doing, sis? You all right? Good to see you in there, girl. Yeah, I mean, China's a great example to me of someone who is doing stuff really, really well. If you don't know China, then definitely check out her channel. Definitely go on one of her live sessions. Amazing young lady from the US, up in New York. Salute to everyone in New York. Salute to you. And Troll out in Vegas, salute to you, and who's doing stuff that I think is amazing. And I told China one day I would never have beef with China herself, and I respect her channel, and I view her channel as Sweden, little Sweden. And she's like, "What do you mean Sweden?" I said, "It's a place where you can just go, and everyone should be neutral, right? You end up there, whatever beef you got, you just kick that to the side." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was, funny enough, China, I was on your live last night, and it looked like someone was doing a bit of a takeover. One of the guys was doing a takeover. So I think he was doing some NBA 2K, or is it 2K20 or whatever? And I was watching that last night. So I just said, I'm going to be Ghost, no one shoot me. And just sat and watched his content on your channel, because I thought that was absolutely brilliant. And that's quite a nice thing to be able to do with other content creators you trust, to be able to say, look, if you want to hit up my channel and you just want to do a takeover, go and do a takeover. You know what I'm saying? So for a minute, I thought, I didn't know China had, like, yeah, I mean, she could game. She had like 2K skills. Anytime, China, man. You know that. You know I will try and check in with your channel, and I always do if I'm around, and I see it. I'm a notification gang, so if it comes up on my notice, man, and I'm around, I'm gonna chop in and try watch it. If I'm doing my own thing, I'm gonna come over and watch it. I think that's, as I said to you, it's like one of the really nice things to be able to do is to be able to go in and kind of chill out with other content creators, man. I love that, and I love the fact that what you're doing. Just keep it up, man. Don't let anyone. No, man, you're great. You're you. You're just doing you, and you keep it 100. You try and keep everyone on a even kill. You're constantly trying to push everybody, support everybody, and get everyone doing what they're doing. And I really respect that. Just so you know, as a creator in this space, I really respect that. So as far as I'm concerned, Nothing you do is trash. It's all amazing. So just keep up the good work. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Good to see, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a good to see because you bring nothing but joy to YouTube. Yeah, I mean, nothing but joy. You know, I've had my issues in with certain people in there, but they were just being a bit whatever. As men are, we can be a bit braggadocious sometimes and a bit on ourselves. Yo, Ty, how you doing, homie? Ty Kicks in the building. Another great UK YouTuber. Definitely check out his content. Really amazing YouTuber. And this is what I'm saying about other YouTubers you can learn from. So from China, I've probably learned to be a bit more caring and in that way. From Ty, I've probably learned to be a bit more cinematic in some aspects when I can be, because he does the most amazing, the most amazing footage I've ever seen on YouTube. I love what this man does. I think it's absolutely amazing. Another fantastic YouTuber. And I think sort of like I would like to see him pop off and do his thing because he's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. His content is on point, never disappointed, always engrossed with the content he does. And this is it, you know, and this is what I was saying, you know, about content to a degree and to a whole on YouTube. Me is like, I don't really or didn't really worry in the beginning about the quality of my content. I just wanted to push it out. It's only after seeing the great quality that's out there, I wanted to get better and begin to get better of my edits and how I wanted the look and feel of the videos to be. And that comes with learning. As I said, I didn't go to school and do a media studies course. It didn't exist in my day. So there was no kind of media studies training or media engagement in that way. It's something that I had to learn along the way. And how I begin to tell the stories around the shoe, or how I want it to look, or what I wanted to people to see, is kind of trial and error, and kind of like looking at how other people are doing it and thinking, well, I love how they're doing it, but I may want to do mine slightly different or slightly different feel to it because I have a different story to tell or a different angle to tell because I come from a different background and different experiences. Yeah. And Ty just does it so well. I think just, you know, I just love his stuff, man. And plus he's called Ty as well. So I got support. Oh, thanks, China. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, it took some work to get it to look like that. Trust me, it used to be just boxes behind me. At one point, it was just all boxes, all shoes. And then I managed to go and buy some racking because I thought, you're an IT guy, you should have racking. I'm going to keep doing it, man. Wow, salute, man. Wow, super chat. Pooh Wes, oh homie, thank you very much. Oh man, I wasn't expecting any super chats or anything. Salute to you, Pooh, man. 100 job bless, man. I really do appreciate the super chat, man. Like, I'm gonna hit you up. If you got a channel, let me know, man, and I'm definitely gonna hit you up and try and hit you up with $2 or something, man, or a donation in respect of you being my. That's the first ever donation I've ever seen. Thank you, bro. Thank you, China, man. We always homies, man. As I said, I respect what you do and just keep it real. So, as I said, I did say that one of the things I'd like to do is get everyone on. I did put a link in there earlier. So people who wanted to get on and become part of the community to a degree, who are already part of the community, I guess, but wanted to come in and let people know what they're doing, especially via my channel as well. Because as I said, most of my views come from everywhere. I look at my metrics and they come from global. I guess I've worked everywhere, so I've a community everywhere, and it's very heavily spread throughout the world, which is great. It just doesn't come from the UK or America. It comes from, I get traffic from China and a lot of traffic from India because I work for a lot of Indian companies. So, you know, if you went to my LinkedIn, which is completely different from my Facebook. You would see that I've got like 3,000 people on there, plus people on there, which is crazy, right? People always say, so where do all your views come from? Well, I've got probably about 1,000 friends on Facebook that are actual friends I grew up with. I've got a Twitter, and I've got a LinkedIn, I've got a IG, and it just grows over time. Damn, Pooey, man. Do you know what, Pooey, man? Salute, homie. I wasn't expecting anything like that, homie. I'm gonna be again, but yeah, man, you can kind of get away with whatever you want to do on. But salute to the donation, homie. Exactly, Ty. And that's exactly the situation I was in, right? So for me, one of the things I was lacking was, I think I just released a video this morning, which was the 4K Logitech Pro, which is the Bro, which is something I thought I needed because I don't have a digital DSLR or anything like that in the bag anymore. I've got some old school cameras. They're probably in the garage somewhere, but I didn't have a DSLR that I wanted to shoot on, especially for live streaming and breaking out into this or whatever. And then I went and picked up the Yeti mic, which, you know, I've seen a lot of gamers use. I think it's all like, I spoke to my homie TCLX, and he's a big gamer on Twitch. So if you've not checked out Twitch, or if you're into Modern Warfare, we play a lot of that. We've been playing a lot of that together. There's a lot of younger guys work for me, so definitely check it out. Cheers, man. Eric, salute, bro. I really do appreciate it. I think sort of the intro, which is to my videos, which started out, I really wanted to do something different. I thought I wanted an intro just to talk about how we do intros, or wanted to do intros. Started out, I filmed that all about 2 minutes away from my house one day. All the shots, all that you see in that intro, all kind of filmed about 2 minutes away from my house. Just me walking through and doing what I'm doing in the city, which is really, really nice. Well, Ty, man, if you ever want to jump on, I've got on Xbox, or if you're on the PS2, man, hit me up on, I think it is just, actually, let me stick my Xbox ID in there. Which is the same for my Activision as well. Hit me up on that, bro. We're always gaming somewhere, but definitely hit me up on that. Sometimes I'm streaming, so I hope you don't mind. I may be streaming on either Mix or Twitch, one of the two. But definitely hit me up for a game, man. I usually play at least a couple of hours a day. I usually play an hour of Mix, an hour on Twitch, and then probably later on tonight I got this guy Manx, which I've been playing a lot with as well. So we usually get together. He's from up Oxford way, funny enough. He's a good guy, absolutely good dude. Yeah, so a lot of the UK stuff. TCLX and the rest of the lads that I normally play with, we started a little team. They are way and above my experience, trust me. Their skill levels way and above mine. I'm just around average. I'm just literally around average. Let's just say I think my nephew is better than me at Fortnite, and he's 10. I'll keep it 100, man. I'm not gonna try to flex like I'm the best gamer when it comes to FPSs. Especially on COD Modern Warfare, I'm kind of around the average player. I think the KD for me at the moment is 0.86, which will put me kind of around. It's not, yeah, so pretty much standard. Yeah, which is cool, man. We're allowed to be, right, Ty? At our age, yeah, I mean, we're allowed to be a bit more relaxed and not. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be at this age a pro gamer. You never know. I could get picked up by Optic or someone one day. But I think those days are pretty much gone in reality. I think sort of like my reflexes aren't what they used to be when I started out playing Unreal Tournament and Counter Strike and everything else in the old days. I have to agree, Troll Man. That's one game that I remember playing Fortnite originally when it dropped before building came in, and I was pretty damn good. It's when they started building, and nah, I mean, yeah, my nephew and his friends are just amazing. They build structures and they're up in the sky within like a couple of seconds, and I'm like, I've just built a ramp. I don't see any shame in it, but they're just amazing, and it's the little kids like that are just outdoing me on Fortnite. No, I never let it get me down, man. I get frustrated. I think sort of like I know when I'm playing really, really bad, and I know when it's something wrong with the game. Let's put it that way. Let's just take today, for instance. So I was playing, I think I was playing Shipment on Modern Warfare, and I mean, within probably about 2 minutes, I already had my VTOL up and stuff like that. So I know when I'm in a really good game, and I ended the game going about, I think I went 56 and 24. Something like this. So I know it was a really good game, and I can kind of have sessions like that where I can do really, really well. And I know I'm in the same sort of bracket, so I'm not changing going up or down because I'll probably run about 5 games and all go positive, which is good. That must be Pooey, I guess. He's back as a different guy. Salute to you, Mahami. Yeah, what we do is no disrespect to this guy, but yeah, I think what we'd do is cool. No disrespect, homie, but I like what you're doing, but I'm just going to put you in timeout for a sec. I have the power. You're right. There's no admins in here. And that's the thing sort of like we'll definitely sort out a bit later. And then stuff like that doesn't happen. Because I've got no problem with people coming in and, having a joke, having a bit of spam, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you just have to chill at that point. And that's YouTube, right? We can't get annoyed at it. It's YouTube. We're on YouTube. This is the internet. Like people must forget that I've been on the internet a very long time. Trolling on the internet to me, especially in the YouTube space, is far nicer than when I started out on the internet and there were no mods on boards. So like there was a board like VM boards back in the day, and that was far worse. Absolutely far worse. No, dude, don't work, troll. That stuff. Yeah. I mean, this is like, and this is what I'm saying. Like in my day, and I know, like us older guys always say it to younger generation or whatever, younger people coming up is like, you've got it far easier now than in my day. Salute, Ty. Thanks for passing through, man. I really, really do appreciate it, brother. Amigo, salute. Enough respect, and definitely check out Ty Kixie channel. Top YouTuber, great content, amazing content all day. Troll, you would really like his content because it's very on the cinematic level, and the same for you, Ty. Definitely check out Troll's stuff because I think it's very, very good and definitely very challenging in the community. So actually, I think you two should collab at some time. I think that would be absolutely bloody amazing. I don't know if Ty would do it because he could get in touchy areas. He may be like, nah, son. But definitely check out each other's content because it is absolutely on point. And thank you very much for the support and passing through, Ty. As I said, you know what I mean? Soon we should get a live going with us too, because I think it'd be really, really good to talk about shoes because you come from the Adidas side of things. Salute, brother. Definitely check him out, Troll, man. He's a really, really good. You love his stuff. I love his stuff, man. Just for the cinema, it's like watching a movie. That's what I like about it. I just like, yeah, I mean, when he gets the drone out as well, damn. I've been begging to go and get myself a drone. That's going to be me next. Definitely time, man. Definitely. As I said, I need my drone first, so you can teach me how to fly. That's what it's going to be. Teach me how to fly. Ty teaches me how to fly. Ty teaches Ty how to fly a drone. Troll. This is the thing I use for this. Obviously, I use my laptop for this. It's a pretty much old Beats MV laptop I had sitting around, which I use. I'm not using anything fancy. I think sort of like maybe that's what I'll do next for the channel, which is especially for latest Hummy, is for content creation. And this goes back to editing and doing stuff in post and stuff like that, and recording stuff flat. I think that only comes into real play for me once I move to a DSLR for recording my content, which I don't currently do. I don't really need it. And the reason why is I can get the quality I need and the shots I need just by using this. I've never shot more than anything on my phone, right? Which is great. And it's about the quality of phone. Yeah, I mean, I rarely shoot in 4K. Really, you know, I know shooting in 4K really looks nice. I think drone footage to me in 4K looks absolutely beautiful. And that's what I'd like a drone for, especially filming around where I live, which is pretty much the countryside now. I'd love to have really amazing drone footage to a degree, because there's a lot of stuff I like to shoot out this way. Definitely would like to do more cinematic-y type shots and stuff. But again, DSLR, doable. But once I've got my gimbal, which I rarely use, and I should use a bit more, it's yeah, that's definitely the thing, right? But to get that troll, as I said, for a lot of us, you've used it because, or you've been on one side of it for your lives, which is as a participant, right? That's why I like StreamYard to a degree, and think it's good to invest in. And definitely at the moment, I'm just running the free version, which gives you about 20 hours a week or something like that. And then, but I just think that I wanted to try some lives, see how it works out, try and get people on, see if it is worth the investment. And it definitely looks like it is, because you can invite people to join, right? And then become part of your story to a degree, especially for me personally, right? For me personally, it's one of the things, especially when Google Hangouts was there, that I really wanted to do. But it was like Google Hangouts is going by the time I'm getting into thinking about setting up my live and setting up that content. So a lot of that was done by, you know, people like Ultimate YouTube, Herbs Too Fresh, and a lot of those guys. And I was going through their side. It's the thing, right? And I have to agree. So, like, if you're going to do it via a laptop and do your post editing, then you really do need a really chunky machine to do it, which is part of the reason why I haven't stepped into the 4K area. But I've been thinking about it. But I think, do I buy the laptop now? Which is great, because I know exactly what I need. I know exactly what spec I need. I know exactly what graphics card I need. I know exactly how much RAM I need. I know exactly, you know, I've already got Adobe sitting there waiting. So it's definitely something I want to step into. But do I really want to step into that now as a creator? I'm not too sure. And I think it'd be slightly better for lives. I think it'd be slightly better for lives as well to run it via a more beefed up Alienware piece of kit. Maybe it won't be Alienware, maybe it'd be something different. But it's definitely something I thought about doing, that when I base production, I guess. If I was doing a bigger production in with multiple cameras and multiple inputs, then I'll definitely invest in it and do it. And I think that's what I probably will get into later on. And it could be a MacBook or something like that. But I just don't like being cheesy with a MacBook. I think that to a degree with a MacBook, you kind of come off Apple and cheesy. Apple or nothing. You have a Mac already, so you kind of use what you got, and it's use the tools that you have to the best of your ability. And it's not, it's just to the best of your ability. But for me, I look at it like this: a lot of the footage that I shoot 4K. Tony D shoots some of his footage in 4K, but is there a lot of need for 4K in the market? Yes, we're seeing a lot more 4K televisions, but if the metrics tell me that a lot of people are watching on their mobile devices rather than watching on a television, is there going to be any difference between the resolution they see on their phone between a 1080p or even a 720 in quality once it's squished down? Because I could shoot it in 1080 and then output it like I'm now in 720, and does the quality see any really major difference? And that's about, does the viewer see any quality difference? And that's a good call, because I watched a lot of stuff on my Xbox as well, so maybe for that purpose, maybe it's worthwhile. Exactly. And if you're shooting in RAW, and this is DSLR, so if you're watching this back later, shooting in RAW on DSLR takes a lot of processing power. I guess that's where it actually comes into having a super high quality processor and a super high quality graphics card and and RAM. To make sure that you're able to do it in a timely manner. Because I guess if you're doing it in 4K or in RAW and then processing it into the file format that you need for YouTube and encoding it, it's going to take, it could, on an old style laptop with not the beefiness of, say, a Titan or something like that from Microsoft or HP or whatever, you're kind of going to be sitting there for half a day for a 10-minute video. To me, I want to be able to do my edits overnight, make sure I edit it down, do the cuts I need. Once I've done it, and I want to get, because I think it's at that point, I don't want to wait 3 to 4 hours for it to process, and then another hour because the file's so huge for it to upload to YouTube. Whew. Yeah, most of my uploads, when I've uploaded them in 1080p, I think sort of like, even for my recent video, which is probably about 5 to 10 minutes, probably took about 10 minutes to upload, if that, maybe shorter, 5 minutes to upload, and then YouTube process it within 10 minutes. So, and I like that. I like to be able to do that side of it quickly. So yeah, quality isn't amazing. I haven't got mad filters going on when I'm shooting on my camera, like polarizers, etc. Got none of that to deal with. Do you see what I mean? I'm doing nothing in post. I'm doing stuff for the quality that I get, and I'm happy with the quality I get to a degree. And I think that mainly, if I set up all my lights, and I do that, I'm usually more than happy, because I can pop it with a bit of color from the lights rather than using a polarizer. I can get it to pop just using it that way, and then maybe use a filter on the other end just to smooth it out a touch. It depends, right? But it's all about how we want to do it, I guess, on YouTube and how we want it to look. But I guess for you guys who are telling that cinematic story or doing cinematic styled videos, you have to do that. Think about it a bit more on how you want it to look post production. Yeah. It's just phone's just getting a bit crazy over there. But definitely, anyway, troll man, when you do finally go live, definitely I will definitely pop through. Salute, Herbs Too Fresh, man. How you doing, homie? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How's things? Hope you're well. Hope the family's well. Um, yeah, this kind of started off as just a YouTube chat and a chat about YouTube and the changes and stuff like that they were doing and the algorithm and yeah, I mean, and into post production and how we kind of try and deliver. Because I like what Herbs does as well, and it's really weird what he said today. Because obviously, I looked at because I used to join Herbs's Herbs Too Fresh down there. I used to join a lot of his lives and think his lives look absolutely amazing. And then he said today, he goes, "Yeah, we got the same webcam now," and I was like, "Yay, webcam friends!" Yeah, man. So I'm really feel blessed to actually have that. What time is it here now? Well, I started at 8, so it's 9:15. Oh, hold on. Hold on. My dad's just calling me. Hold on. One sec. Yo, Dad, what's up? Yeah, I'm just live on YouTube right now, man. I'll give you a shout later, yeah? God bless. One love. Yeah. All's good, man. All's good. I'll speak to you later on. Bye-bye. Yeah, 9 p.m. here, Troll. Sorry, that was just my dad, just checking out how I am, if I'm okay. I guess that never stops, right? Even though, no matter how you get your parents checking on you. My mom checked up on me this morning, said, "How's things going?" And then today, now my old man. So, yeah, I'm on YouTube. Don't call me again when I'm doing a podcast. Go away. I feel like Joe Budden. Yeah, man. So it's really, really good to kind of, that your parents check up on you. And I do the same to my children. I think that's what we should do as parents. It's just natural. Sorry about the interruption. Anyway, I'll call him back later. So yeah, I was saying I used to do a lot of stuff with Herb Too Fresh, top dude. Definitely Herbs, if you want to jump on, man, you're always more than welcome. Troll, if you want to jump on, you're more than welcome. We don't have to talk about the rest of YouTube because there's loads of people talking about all the other stuff that happens in the community on the sneaker side and on the whatever side. But I'm just, want to really talk about the creator side of YouTube right now. So let me pop off of that. So yeah, if you want to jump on, there's definitely a link. For everyone. So I'll put it out there so everyone can see it. Yeah, so it's definitely out there so everyone can jump in, bro. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's it. There's the fuck shit on YouTube that everyone. There's loads of platforms for that right now. So I'm not saying that it's something I won't talk about, but yeah, no worries, man. Troll, that's cool, man. I don't know why it's jumping on the messages. I don't know. I think that's something to do. See, I need to learn more about that. Why is it, see? I can. Oh, so if I think I clicked on your name and then it went boom. I think if I click on the chat, it just does that. So that could go off now. Yeah, there's lots of places for that sort of stuff, and I wanted this to be more about just being a creator and changes on YouTube, and because I'm not happy with a lot of the YouTube changes, so I've definitely voiced my opinion on the YouTube creators page. So I've definitely gone on and voiced my opinion on it, on what I felt wasn't working, why it wasn't working, and I think we don't do enough of that. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? There's a place and time for that, man. Not everywhere is a place and time for the fuck shit, right? Let's keep it 100. It's not. We can do it differently. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're watching, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. I call it the background of YouTube, to a degree. In the workings of YouTube, in the background, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, which we can change, and we don't have to be an avenue for it. If there's lots of avenues for it, let that be the avenue. We don't always have to be involved. We don't always have to tell that story. We don't always have to promote that side of YouTube. We can just promote ourselves and do what we do on our channels, right? My channel was never built on that sort of stuff. It was never designed for that sort of stuff. I'm sure it's out there to a degree, right? But it doesn't mean that we have to be involved in it. I don't know what happened there. Just cool. But anyway, we've been going on for over an hour, man, and I really do appreciate everyone passing through. Who's passed through? I think that's really amazing. I got 2 donations. I don't know why, but I do really appreciate them. Salute to whoever donated. I wasn't expecting any sort of donations. That's not why I do YouTube to a degree, but I really do appreciate it. And yeah, man, as I said, you know what I mean? It's not about how long the situation goes on for, the conversations go on for. It's just the fact that we can have those conversations as creators. So yeah, man, thank you for passing through. I'm gonna probably end this chat right now because we've been doing about an hour and a half, and I think that's pretty solid to listen to me as a creator. Yeah, I don't think you need to listen to more than that. But thank you to everyone who's managed to watch it. If you're part of the Rewatch gang, again, thank you to you. Salute to Troll, salute to Herb, salute to Amp, salute to Tykick, salute to China. If you're watching it, there's information's in the chat. Just click on their name. There's an ellipsis, the 3 buttons. You can click on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop off, go and ring my dad, see how he's doing, and then probably go and watch some fuck shit on YouTube. Salute to everybody, man. We're out.